Okay, so we're going to make a blog. How do we do that? Well, first of all, we need some content. So I've got some content in this doc here. Got kind of 3 little blogs. You can see the titles of 3 little blog posts here, and one down the bottom there. I've also got a blog title, Waste Not, Want Not. That's part of a blog. You want to have a catchy title, and also an introduction to our blog. So they're the kind of things you might need before you start. Let's start off by grabbing this title. So we've got it, Waste Not, Want Not, and then go over to Express. So we're going to go up here to the plus, and you can go down to web page, and immediately you've got your untitled thing here. I'm going to just paste in Waste Not, Want Not. I'll also paste it in the title here, and then add a title. Okay, now I can click anywhere in the gray here, but I can also click on this little plus down here as well. I'll do that. I'll go to photo. Now, search photos. You've got a free image library here. You might do something like food waste, see what you get. You got all sorts of stuff here. Right. This kind of highlights the kind of magnitude of the problem. You want to be making sure that your image is particularly sort of striking to the reader. Also, I don't like the way that this has just got one word on one line here. So if I actually move it over, yeah, that's not really made a difference there. It's not made a difference there either. So maybe I can do things like, if I do it in capitals, it'll at least put it onto 2 lines. Okay, scroll to start writing my story. You've got all sorts of different options that you can use here. I'll go through quite a few of these as we go through, but for now, I'm just going to go to the text section. Go back to my kind of copy here. Now, this is my introduction. So I'm just going to copy it, go down here. And when people first get to my page, first get to my blog, they might want to know, well, what is this blog all about? You can change the format of this. Header 2 is not a bad one. And then this blog is an attempt to shine a light on food waste and identifies the ways we can address it. Right, that's a good place for people to start. If they like it, then they're going to want to, find out more about it. So let's put another section in here, press the plus, and I'm going to go to split layouts. Okay, now this will be my first blog post. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 blog posts in 3 different ways, and then I'm going to show you how to put together like a content section as well. So let's start off here. How much food do we waste? Now I'm just going to paste this in, and what it will do is it will put it into sections, which is kind of cool. It can put it into paragraphs at least. Now, how much food do we waste? Now I want this to be the title of my section, and also it's really important that it's either a header 1 or a header 2. It's really important that because it's going to become a link later on for our contents page. So just bear that in mind. It's got to be header 1 or header 2 here. Header 2 might be good because header 1 is really quite big. So let's do header 2 there. We've also got things like stats in here. What I could do here is I could use some formatting and do things like making it bold. And also I could do things like, I've got a reference here to The Guardian. Okay, this is where these kind of stats come from, and I've made sure that I've got that link. Where is it? Yes, it's up here. So here I can copy that link, go back here, paste it in as a link here, just by putting my cursor in there, pasting it in, click save. Now that's a link. That's great. Now, I've also got another link down here to the Telegraph, so I can do that again, but let me show you a different way of doing it. If I click that, copy the link, go back here. Now, what I could do is take this bit out here, and then just need to get rid of that other one there. There we go. Then underneath, rather than it just being a link, I could put a button, and I could put, for the text for my button, read more in the Telegraph. And then put my URL in there. I'm going to make sure it's centered. There we go. Read more in the Telegraph. So you can do it as a text link there. You can also do it as a button as well. 2 different ways in which you can do that. Now, on the left-hand side, add your image. Again, I'll just do food waste again. Why not? And maybe look for something like this. There we go. It's kind of similar to the first one. So maybe I'll actually click this one because this is more on a sort of domestic scale. You've got your food bin there. Now, what you can see here is that it's kind of, the picture is off to the left here, so I can click it. I could change the focal point and actually do it so that bin, put the focal point right over on the left-hand side. You get a little preview here, click save, and there you go. It's just shifted it to the right ever so slightly. Right, so that's my first blog post done. Then I'm going to go scroll down and this kind of box pops up again. And this time I'll go for what am I going to go for? I'm going to go for a glide show, I think. Yeah, I'll go for a glide show. Now I've got this next section here. This is my second blog post. This is just 2 paragraphs. I'm going to copy that. You can see I've got another link in there as well. Now, the first thing it says is add a few background photos to your glide show. So actually, let's go back here. We've got redistribution of some food. So I could go for something like food banks or something like that. Also, we've got UK supply chains. So let's go here. Let's go food bank. I wonder if I'm going to get anything in there. Okay, yeah, I think we'll go for something like this one here. And then the next one would be like food supply chain. Now that is a bit niche, but yeah, this isn't a bad one actually. You kind of get something like that, you know, a sort of farmer who's getting stuff ready to send it on down the chain. So let's click save here. So what this means is for this blog post, so for this blog post, I've already got my text copied. So I can go in and press the plus, click text, paste it in there. Now, don't forget, every single blog post, make sure that the title of it is actually a header 1 or header 2. We'll put that into header 2. And then what I'll do is I'll take this second section here. I'm going to cut it by doing Control or Command and X. And then what I'll do is I will put it down in this section here. So not every blog post needs to sit in one section. It can have 2 different sections. There you go. Now I've got another link here. So again, I can highlight it, go to the link button. It's asking me what the link is. Well, let's go here and copy it and then pop it in. Click save. That's good. Okay, so that blog post is now done. That's my second one. And then for my third one, what I think I'm going to do, I've done a split layout. So you can choose whichever one you want. I've done a split layout. I've just done a glide show now. And then I'm going to do I'll do another text one. Okay, now I'll grab it here. Now you can, just because it's a text one, maybe it doesn't sound as fancy as a split layout or a glide show, but you can do things with it that makes it look good. So let's go in here and paste our stuff in here, our text in. Go and select here and make sure that's header 2. I'm going to center this one. Might even make it header 1 actually, because there's a bit more space when you've got this kind of text section. Now I've got another link in here. Again, choose what you want to do with that. You can make it into a button. You can make it into a link, whatever you want. But one of the things that I might do here is, how can we solve the planet's food waste problem? That's one. Or UK Food Bank hits an all-time record. Copy that one. That's probably quite a good one to put in somewhere like here. So you can embed videos into these sections by pasting in, even from a video that you've made on Express. Click save. There we go. You see, so this is a different way in which you can create your blog post. Now, what I might consider doing here is something like getting this. I might say, well, I think this is a really important point. 1 in every 3 households at risk of food insecurity with skipping meals. 1 in 10 are taking food parcels. I might want to highlight that for my reader. That's a good thing to do. Once it's in that kind of quote function, though, you have to understand that you can't actually highlight a piece of text and put a link in. So that is something that just to bear in mind as well. Now that I've done my 3 blog posts, what I want to do is I want to put a contents page in, just like you would in a normal blog. So what I'm going to do is going to press the plus here. I'll go to split layout again, and on this side I'll put something like contents. Okay, now what I might do is something like this, so people can see when I put a new blog post up. I can list it up here. So let's go to text. I'll put blog posts. I'll change that into header 1, I think, to make it really big, because it's only a short title. And then I'll go to text again. Once I've done the first one, I'll change it into bullet points. And then all I need to do then is press return, and then go and paste the other 2 in there. Now that I've got those in there, in order to create the links, which is going to take my reader, by clicking on one of these, going to take them to the section where that blog post is, I'm going to click share up here, publish to web, create a link. Now that I've got that, I'm going to copy it, paste it in here, and here's where the trick happens for your contents page. So first one, how much food do we waste? Hover over the title. That's why it's important if it's header 1 or header 2. Click that little link there, anchor link copied, you can see down the bottom. Go back to your page, highlight this first section, put a link in, save. Do that for all 3. So go down to your second section, copy the anchor link, go back to your blog, and then number 3, how will UK families cope? Anchor link copied, go back in here, highlight, link, paste in the link, save. Now go back to share, publish changes. You see there, publish changes. And now when you go back to your web page now, just refresh that page. And what you'll see is you've got your blog introduction, your blog post. You click one of these, it'll take you to that section. You scroll back up to the top, click the second one, takes you down to that section. And if you go back up to the top again, takes you down to that third section. So that's how you can make it into a fully functioning blog with a contents page, formatting, images, embedded videos in there, and links as buttons and text.